General. General, I think I'll move on to the next topic in the conversation. You will recall that...
Maybe before you do that,
yes.
Mr. Gus, just to complete this so that we don't come back to it. General, still in that transcript, if you look at page 4 of 12, at page 66, I don't think this clarification was requested of you yesterday. So you have right at the bottom, that's you speaking there. This is after you say they're a group, they are 5, they're a group of, you see where I'm reading? And then right at the bottom, you've got the very last line, you've got you speaking, and then you say Swazi, and then there's a name there that was skipped yesterday for the reasons that you have provided, and then you say, and others you see. And then and this is the part where I would like to get clarification. The investigating officer, witness A, says, yes, because even to me, he said that he has interest in mining. And then you answer, you say, yes, somewhere in Rustenburg and Brits. Who are you, the two of you, discussing here? Because it's not clear is it Mr. Molefe who's got mining interests in Rustenburg and Brits, or is it somebody else? It's not clear from the transcript.
Yeah, as I just indicated now, to say, we further discussed to say the arrested person, being Mr. Molefe, was business partners with these people I'm mentioning, and they have mining interest. And that was information which I got, and also somewhere in Brits and whatsoever. So we were discussing that. Hence I said we also shared the information further, other than that, of what recently I have collected, so that he might be on the know, because if they continue with the investigation, they will be having further names to look at and working on.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you, Commissioner. General, you will recall that one of the topics that witness A said you discussed with him was about a senior official that is at district level that's trying to interfere in a investigation at provincial level. Do you recall that?
That's correct.
And I said to you that according to witness A, he understood that to be Brigadier Nkwashu.
That's correct.
Okay, and you denied that, do you recall?
Yes.
Okay. Do you still deny that you were talking about, that you were referencing Brigadier Nkwashu?
Yes, I still deny.
Okay. Can I ask you to go again to witness A's statement so that we can deal with your denial? It is file 3, item 83, page 264.
Transcript. But I want the transcript. I'm there.
Okay, paragraph 96. Do you have it?
Yes.
General Shibiri also said that this is witness A's statement, that we must be very careful because the people we are dealing with are heartless and they will never allow us to relax. He mentioned that there was a senior officer that he refers to as homeboy that is not even an official in the province, but this person seems to have an interest in the Swart murder case. He did not mention the name, but he said that the person's actions annoyed him. I must put General Shibiri's comment about province in context. By province, General Shibiri was not referring to province geographically. He was referring to it in terms of levels. For example, you would have a district head and a provincial head. In other words, General Shibiri was saying that this person is not even at provincial level, and I understood this to mean that the person he was referring to is at district level. I think he was referring to Brigadier Nkwashu, who who was at district level but was inquiring about a case being investigated at provincial level. You see that? Now, if you go to file 4, to the transcript of the call, and it is CJC 97, page 70.
I'm there.
And if you go to, and then for the Zulu transcript, it will be page 82 of that file. But page 70 of the English one, you say, after line 10, so line 12, yes, you do not relax because last time, it is just that I do not like things, you see. So when I am here, do not follow up things. I heard police, they are not even working at province or whatsoever, then indicating that no, I am the one who is stopping the bails. I am doing this and that. I said my job is to oppose bail, but I do not carry dockets. So I do not know those people tell me that whatsoever. And those people, they are not even working at province. The matter is investigated at province. They are working at the district. What is happening? You see, but no, the person that you trust and you say, no, this one, we are from the homelands together, then they will turn on you for a small thing. You see that?
Yes.
Who were you referring to here? What were you referring to and who were you referring to?
I was referring to information I received from members that there are people who were speaking at the district indicating that I'm the one who is blocking the bail.
Yes, you are the one that's opposing the bail.
Yes.
And you are the one that's opposing the bail of the suspects in the Aman Swart murder.
Yes.
And why is this a problem for these officers that you are opposing bail?
I don't know, but information was they were talking about it to say, I'm the problem. I'm the one who is opposing, who's blocking the bail to happen.
In other words, this person thinks that the police opposing bail is a problem for the suspects.
No, I'm the problem. I'm the one who's making that the bail is not successful.
Yes, you are the police officer who's doing the right thing. You are opposing bail of the Aman Swart murderers, the suspects in the Aman Swart murder, correct?
Yes.
That is what you are they are saying that you are the problem because you're doing that.
Yes.
And these are officers that are saying this.
No, the members told me, not officers.
The members are saying you are a problem to who? Who's complaining about you?
They were talking to say, they were told, they had people talking to say, I'm the one who's blocking the bail, I'm the problem.
Yes. So who are they saying told them that you are the problem?
You mean the members who told me?
No. The members who told you, who did they say is you are their problem? Whose problem are you? You're not the members' problem because the members are telling you something. So whose problem are you for opposing bail?
They said they were in Johannesburg district and then they had people talking. And I didn't ask who, or they didn't tell me who is these people saying I'm the one. They said there's a talk out there which indicates you are the one who is a problem blocking the bail for this and that and that. I said, they are talking nonsense. I'm not even investigating the docket.
Okay, and when you say the person and you say we are from the homelands together, who is that person that you're referring to there?
So people who were telling me I'm from Limpopo. Obviously, the investigators who were telling me they are from Limpopo. So I'm thinking the people who were also talking with them, they might be people from Limpopo too. So you can't trust anybody. You'll say, this one I'm used to. And then it will be the people who are talking behind you or plotting things behind you.
Okay.
General, are you saying you were told that someone from Limpopo says you are the one that's blocking bail?
No, the group of the people who were telling me are from Limpopo.
Yes.
And then I took it that they were talking to people from Limpopo, those who were talking there when they were in a meeting somewhere at the district, and then saying they had, I'm the problem, not blocking the bail on this particular matter. It is said, it is said it is me who's blocking the bail, although I'm not investigating the case. And the case is not even investigated at the head office.
Yeah. I think it might be helpful if we look at the conversation itself, not the translation, because it gives a better sense of what it is that you said to the investigating officer. And I'm going to try again in isiZulu. At page 82, line 1, 2, 3, 4. If you get to line 4, page 82, line 4, line 14, sorry, line 14. This is you speaking, Major General Shibiri, and then you look at line 4 of that. It says, Ngizwa amaphoyisa. They are not even working at province or whatsoever. Then indicating ukuthi, no, yimi engivimba ama-bail, ngiyenzani. And then you're saying it, umsebenzi wami oppose i-bail, but mina, I do not carry dockets, and the rest of it. So, in the conversation itself, you say it's the police who say you oppose bail. In that, saying ngizwa amaphoyisa, they are not even working at province or whatever. Then indicating ukuthi no yimi engivimba ama-bail. So the police say you oppose bail. That's the first part. So certainly in this conversation here, you are not saying they have been told by other people. Maphoyisa tell me that other people say. You say the police say I'm the one that oppose bail. That's the first thing. And then the second part, which is that last paragraph, you say, uyabona, but hayi umuntu umthembile uthi no, this one sibuya sonke ekhaya. Then uzokujikela la for a small thing. So you say, here's someone that I trust. You trust somebody because you say we come from the same place, we come from home together, and then you get here. They turn on you. So you're referring to very specific people who have said you're the one that blocks bail, one, and then two, it's people or a person that you come from home with who's now turning on you on small things. That's what you have said here. And what you're explaining now is not quite accurate. It's not an accurate reflection of the conversation itself.
Yeah. What I'm explaining is I'm told by police to say, there are police who are saying, I'm the one who is blocking the bail, opposing the bail. And you cannot trust people, because even people whom you come with from home or from the same province or whatsoever, whom you can trust, they can turn around and say things about you.
Thank you, General.
General, before I go to the exhibits to deal with Brigadier Nkwashu, I just want to read to you from the record, and we'll put it up on display, what you said in your evidence in chief when you were referring to Brigadier Nkwashu. Just bear that in mind when we address this issue. It's on the screen. I was asking you about him, and then Commissioner Kumalo also followed up on the question. So if we can just go one up, yes, where it says, and for that matter, do you see there on the screen? And for that matter, he comes from Zanin, I am from Zanin. Even though he is coming from a different direction area, he's coming from Juliusburg, I think you meant, what is it? Oh, this is different, sorry, Burgersdal. And then you say, on the next page, should we read the next one? You say, yes, he worked in Tshwane as acting district commissioner, and then he was transferred to the VAL. That is when he became acting until they promote a district commissioner, though he became a deputy. And I think he built a house, he stays that side because he was staying in Roodepoort. So we were in the West Rand, all of us. So we meet occasionally weekends as friends to drink, not work related or whatsoever. So in terms of reporting, it was reporting to the district commissioner. So that is how you refer to Brigadier Nkwashu. Now, if we can go to file 3, item 84. Page 301. It's witness B's statement. Do you have it?
Yes.
Page 301, paragraph 75. The bail for Mr. Tau on new facts was eventually set down to be heard on 1 August 2024. It is worth noting that there were several concerning events around this bail application. Our unit usually has a meeting on Tuesdays to receive update. On Tuesday, 30 July 2024, when attending such meeting, Sergeant Chukuru approached me to ask about the Vereniging murder investigation. In particular, he informed me that Brigadier Nkwashu, the Deputy District Commissioner Sidibeng, currently acting District Commissioner, had asked him to ask me not to oppose the bail application of Mr. Tau. I informed him that this is not a new bail application, but a further application on new facts, and we had already opposed the bail. The discussion was strange, and I found it inappropriate. You see that?
Yes.
And then at 75.4, shortly after the bail, Sergeant Chukuru requested that we meet. We met at Mall of the South. He told me that he was sent by Brigadier Nkwashu to thank me. I asked him what I was being thanked for. In response, he claimed not to know, but said he was asked to convey the message of appreciation. I told him that his previous request was that I not oppose the bail, and that I could not agree to that request. Further, that Mr. Tau was granted bail not because of anything I did, and he knows that, and so I don't know why he is approaching me like this. And then if we can go to item and paragraph 96, I think. You can just go there for completeness.
76.
96, paragraph 96 on 309. Let me just confirm. Sorry, it's item 85, my apologies, page 346. Do you have it?
Yes.
Paragraph 55. Upon questioning him about these items, this is a witness C's statement, sorry. Mr. Molefe informed us that Brigadier Nkwashu had visited him in prison and brought him the polo tracksuits. I found it startling that a senior SAPS official who had no active involvement in the murder investigation would visit an accused of a serious crime at a prison facility. We took steps to determine the facts surrounding this. Next page. 56, our inquiries revealed that Brigadier Nkwashu had attended at the prison facility on 9 December 2024 and introduced himself as the brother-in-law of Mr. Molefe. The Brigadier allegedly informed the prison officials that the accused Mr. Molefe was arrested at the airport and was therefore not in possession of any clothes or food. He therefore wanted to see the suspect. The prison officials further advised that Brigadier Nkwashu had arrived at the facility after visiting hours, driving a white BMW SUV that had no number plate. This was alarming to them because if Brigadier Nkwashu attended in his official capacity, they questioned the removal of the vehicle registration plates. And then at paragraph 10, on 10 December 2024, the head of Groenpunt facility, Mr. Nkoli, went into the accused cell to ask him if he was related to Brigadier Nkwashu. Mr. Molefe said that he was not related to Brigadier Nkwashu. You see that? Now, when you go back to the transcript of the conversation between you and witness A at page 70 of file 4, here, now that we have that in our minds, do you see why witness A thought that you were talking about Brigadier Nkwashu as being the person that was trying to get you to stop bail, that was trying to stop, that was trying to interfere in the investigation, the Swart murder investigation, the district officer trying to interfere in a provincial investigation? Who is your homeboy?
Yeah, when I submitted my statement, witness A already has submitted a statement. And what is in my statement, which you depicted there, I was responding to the question from the commission regarding our relationship with Brigadier Nkwashu, specifically. And what happened what mentioned in the statement, Brigadier Nkwashu sending Chukudu and to speak to the investigators regarding the bail, I think it happened before December. And we are talking in December, where I'm saying some members at the district informed me that there was a talk about me that I'm the one who is blocking the bail. And that time, already he thanked the people for arranging bail as he requested and so forth. So, and I indicated, those members didn't even want to tell me who is the person. And the district in Gauteng, there are 6, if I'm not mistaken. And there are a lot of people coming from my homeland and others not far from where I'm staying, working there. And there's nowhere where I'm saying here in the transcript that is a district officer. I'm saying people working from the district and then having interest in cases which are not even investigated by them. So again, I'm not referring to Brigadier Nkwashu because even today, I don't know who exactly is those people. But I know the people who were talking to me, they are from Limpopo. I'm coming with them. And they are the one who told me that some people were saying that.
So you're saying that this didn't relate to Brigadier Nkwashu, it was just information that you had received?
Yeah, it might be. It might be, but they didn't indicate to me it's Brigadier Nkwashu.
Okay, they didn't indicate to you that it was Brigadier Nkwashu when you had the conversation, that's what you're saying. But it's possible that they were referring to Brigadier Nkwashu when they were giving you the information.
I said it might be possible. But I'm not saying they didn't say they were referring to you. So I agree with you, it might be possible based on the analogy here, but I also indicated that it was in December when we were talking, and I'm not sure the request for bail and when the bail happened was which month.
But I read it out to you from witness A. It related to Tao's bail, which was in August of 2024.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So in December, which bail I was blocking that time?
Well, only you know, General, because these are your words.
Yeah, but-
Remember, he was rearrested in September 2024, Mr. Tao, for violating his bail conditions.
Yeah, I didn't know. But remember me, I'm telling you, I was telling him about the gossip which I had to say, this is said about me.
Okay. Chair, you take the agenda.
Let's adjourn and resume at 11:30.
Thank you,
Yes,
Chair.
Ms. Sigels Ncube.
Uh, General, switch on your microphones. Thank you. General, unless the commissioners have questions on Brigadier Nkwashu, I want to move on to the next topic in the phone call, which is your reference to the group of 5 on page 66 of file 4. Are you there?
Yes, yes, Advocate.
Just 3 lines above line 20. You say, yes, no, you see those people, they like drama because this guy was the same group with Mswazi. And we know by this guy you were referring to Mr. Katiso Molefe, correct?
Yes.
And then you next speak, you say, yes, him, I am sure they are 5. They are a group of, they are 5, they were 5. They are having other companies together also, or mining rights together, right? Now, can I just ask you, when I had put witness A's version about this to you, you had denied that you had said anything about a group of 5. Do you recall that? When I asked you in your evidence in chief, can I just read from the record? And maybe we can display it.
What was the question?
Just a moment. You want to address the chair?
No, I'll wait. I wanted to ask what was the question. I was responding to a question when I denied.
Okay.
So that's why I was saying what was the question, but I will wait.
Okay. I saw you looking at the chair as if you want to address the chair.
No, I thought maybe it is on the screen, the question will be appearing.
Yes, I'm
My
just trying
apologies.
to display it. Because the transcripts seem to be 2 different. Okay. So it will come on the display, General. I was reading from so you'll see, I'll put it on. It says there after line 20 on the transcript, can you see? Okay, then 94, during the call, General Shibiri told me that Molefe was part of a group of 5 individuals with interest in mining. And then in the Northwest Province, and that one of these groups belongs to a group of, and then the name is given. And then I asked you, and you say, no, I deny all of those. Do you see?
Yes.
And I even asked you about, you also said another guy is a Zulu guy called Zay, who stays in Sandton, who I understood to be Zay Ngomalo. He said Zay is close to Julius Malema, who is close to General Shibiri, and you said you deny all of those.
Yes.
Now, do you want to just comment on that denial in light of the transcript of the call?
Yeah. I think I was referring to my statement where I think the question, when referring to the the group of five, it had another thing again. I don't know if it was indicating cartel or something. That is what I deny. I never talked about a cartel. I said the person arrested, he was involved with a group of five and they having business interest when we were talking on the phone, and I also testified now. So my denial was about that one. And then when coming to the issue of Zay, I indicated somebody called Zay, and all, but I never said Numan. So when you put a surname is something else because I don't know. And this, remember I'm talking about information of which I don't even know who's there. And I indicated in my statement that when I was asked the relation of Zay and General and Mr. Malema, to say, I was once in the office of the General. There were a female and a Chinese guy who came to report about a case of vandalism at the mine in Northern Cape, and he indicated he is business partner with Zenuma. And that is when I heard the name in that office. So suggesting that they might be knowing it, he might be knowing him because they came to his office to report. And Mr. Malema, I indicated that yes, sometimes he sent me to attend to certain cases and said he received a call from Mr. Malema. So it was from those bases.
No, General. I put to you Witness A's version in his statement. I had put to you his version of what transpired in the telephone call. And you then, I said to you, let's go through what you confirm and what you deny.
Yes.
And I read that out to you and you denied all of it. You said, yes, I deny all of those.
And I'm giving my reasons why I denied. If you added something on top of Z, then I deny. And if you added something, what was the question? That is what I was asking.
Put it back on the screen, the part that Advocate Ngube is referring to, then General can respond. I think you've moved on now. It's no longer on the screen. Sorry to interrupt you, General. You misunderstood the question. So I wanted them to put it back on the screen so that you can know what they're asking you.
And whilst you are doing what... Let's hope it will be quick.
There we go. It seems to be working now.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I was saying, whilst you are looking for the transcript again, or is it there already? But let me say what I want to say. We should spell people's names or even names of places. Was looking at this, for example, the Z-A-Y, when the name is Z-E-E, and there was also a strange-looking surname there. We should spell people's names, and if it's a witness speaking, we should ask the witness to spell the name as well.
Will do, Chair.
Thank you, thank you.
General, we'll just put it up again so you'll see there. Look at the screen, General. You'll see after line 20, I say, okay, then 94. 94 is a reference to paragraph 94 of witness A's statement. I am putting to you what witness A said during that call. And in that call, he refers to a group of 5 individuals that you had told him about, which included Mr. Molefe. And then I also said to you that he had told you told him about another guy, which is a tall Zulu guy that lives in Sandton, Z-E, for the transcript, and his surname. There was no surname.
Of course, once a name has been mentioned, we'll trust the transcriber to remember that we won't be spelling every time a name is mentioned.
Indeed, Chair.
Thank you.
Do you recall that, General? And then I asked you and you said, no, I deny all of those. So now you've seen the transcript of the recording. I am asking you whether you are still sticking to that denial. You want to clarify the denial, and then we can address what you meant in the call.
Yeah, I remember, and I even indicated that because on my statement I said I can't recall, and I gave the reason why I indicated that, and I even asked if I recall, must I mention these names here and whatsoever. But today I did indicate that I agree with the statement to say, yes, I informed you, I shared information with him to say the same person, I got information that he was working with somebody, and they were a group of 5, and they are having even mining rights, yes.
Okay, now if we then go back to the transcript of the call, the recording of the call, you can go to file 4, page 66.
66.
Yeah, 66. And we are at line 21, where it says, yes, him, I am sure they are 5. They are a group of, they were 5. They are having other companies together also, or mining rights together. Now, this group of 5, you say they are having other companies together also, or mining rights together. So it seems to me like you are saying, in addition to the companies or the mining rights that they have, there's another reason why you are referring to them as a group of 5, because you say having other companies together also. So what is the primary reason that you are referring to them as a group of 5? It can't just be because they have companies together.
I'm saying they were a group of 5 partners, according to information, and that is what I said even today, to say information I got that the arrested person, he was belonging to the group of the deceased, and they were about 5, they are having also companies. That is what I indicated.
Oh, they all originate from the deceased Mr. Mswazi, the 5.
That is what I said, yes.
Okay. And there's the Mr. Mswazi's name is mentioned, and we know that there's Mr. Molefe, and then there's a name that you don't mention. That's fine. Who are the other 2?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you know there are 5 if you don't know about the other 2?
Commissioner, that is what I was told, that there were 5, and then I happened to know the other
Told by whom?
3 names which I were informed.
Told by whom?
By a source. Remember I said after, I remember even before, the source indicated to me that they arrested 3, they previously worked for Mr. Mswazi and as contract killers. And later on, when we were discussing after the arrest of Molefe, I indicated to him, I got further information that this person was working with Mswazi and the other people, and they were also involved in mine. That is what I indicated. And I indicated those names which, that name which I was informed. Then other names which I'm not informed, I don't know.
The two names that you mentioned in the same transcript, Joe on 68 and Zay on 67, are
No,
they
that-
part of the 5?
No, that was something else. Remember, I indicated to say after the decease of Mswazi, my understanding is Joe took over as leading at the industry. And I was saying, I was regarding the whole fight is about taxi violence and so forth. That is where I mentioned that name. I said now there are people who are also there in the taxis now venturing on the
How do you know they're not part of the group of 5 if you don't know who the group of 5 is, according to you?
because I was not, that information which was shared to me, they were not mentioned. And I just indicated to say them. I indicated he is known to the two gentlemen, and I indicated the reason why I said they are known to him, to the general.
But General, what you're being asked is, you say there are 5, and your language, I'm trying to see, you say, I am sure there are 5. So you say 5, and then you mention 2 names here in the next sentences. You mentioned the 2 names, Swazi and that other name, and then you say, and others, you see. Now, when you are asked about whether Joe is part of the 5, and the same as Zay, whether they are part of the 5, you say no.
Yes.
And what Ms. Sigals Ngube is asking is, but if you say you don't know who are the other members of the group, what you call the group of 5, if you don't know who the others are, how are you firmly saying Joe is not part of them? Zay is not part of them, because if you say that, if you answer that way, it suggests that you know who are the other members of the group of 5.
Commissioner, I'm sure even the journalists in here, they know the rivalry between Joe and Mswazi, so they cannot be one belonging to that. And in the context of what I was sharing information regarding Joe, it was something else. And there by the 5 already we know who's the 3, and then the only ones which we don't know is the 2. But again, I'm saying everybody knows that there was a rivalry between Joe and Mswazi. Then they cannot be the same group having same company together. So that is why I'm sure of that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know that Joe, there's rivalry with Mswazi. I didn't know that, maybe because I don't operate in that world. Now you've provided an explanation why Joe is not part of the 5. That's the explanation you have given.
Yeah.
Why do you say Zay? And Zay, because you do mention him in another context. I accept
Yes.
that you mention him in a particular context here. But the question was, how do you know Zay is not part of the group of 5? If you say, I don't know who the other 2 members of the group of 5 are. So, Joe, you know, you've explained why you say he cannot be. What about Zay, that you happen to mention in another context?
Because it was not mentioned, he was not mentioned in that information I got.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fine. That's sufficient for me, General.
No, and just to clarify, you mentioned him in this context, because if you look at where you mention Mswazi, I will skip the other name, and then you say, and others you see. And then witness A says, yes, because even to me, he said that he has interest in mining. You say, yes, yes, somewhere in Rustenburg and Brits there. And then, yes, yes, he mentioned that. Then you say, yes, there is this other guy, his name is Zay, who's staying in Senton. So you don't change context. You don't move from group of 5 to other people. You're still discussing mining, specifically mining interest in Rustenburg and Brits. And then witness A says, yes, yes, you mentioned that, he mentioned that. Then you say, yes, there is this other guy, Zay. So you're not talking about taxes here, you're still talking about the mining interest.
About mining interest, yes. And I've indicated that there was once people came to the office who indicated they were having mines with him in Kimberley and complaining to the National Commissioner and mentioned his, not Deputy National Commissioner, and mentioned his name.
You've promoted him already?
No.
No, finish your answer.
Yeah, no, I said, excuse me. And then they mentioned that they were partners with him, hence it was on that issue of mines.
Yes.
Yeah, and I indicated also that he's close to, they say he's close to Mr. Malema, and also the Deputy National Commissioner is also close to Malema, because now and then he reports to him certain cases which he tasked me. So it was in that context.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. General, are you aware that General Dumisani Kumalo gave evidence that one of the group of 5 is Mr. Matlala? One of the members is Mr. Matlala?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you know whether Mr. Matlala is one of the 5?
Now, what I know he was a security for the late, not part of the 5.
You know
I don't know. But I know he was providing security for the late Mswazi.
So you knew that Mr. Matlala is somebody that originates from the late Mswazi?
No. I know he provided service to Mr. Mswazi.
Linked to Mr. Okay, so he has a link to Mr. Mswazi, providing services for him.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I ask differently? Now that Mr. Mswazi passed, do you know if Mr. Matala has got any association with this group of 5?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Thank you.
And you say that Joe is not part of the 5?
Yes.
If I take you to page 67.
Before you move away, still at starting page, line 22, page 66, where we were. You say, and the evidence leader has read this, yes, him, I'm sure they are 5. They are a group of 5. They were 5. They are having other, underline other, companies together. They are having other companies together also, or mining rights together. When you use other, it seems to suggest that there's something else in addition to the other companies that you are referring to. What's the other thing that they have together?
All of them, they were known for taxi. They were owning taxis. They are owning a fleet of taxis, and they were running the Santiago and so forth, yes.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. So if we go to 67, where you reference Joe, page 67, are you there?
Yes.
The last 2 lines on page 67. Do you have it?
At line,
The last two lines, Major General Shibiri. So Mina, I was thinking that maybe it links to the taxes, but I said no, but these in the taxes, do you see that?
yes.
Just before we go on, where you say, I was thinking that maybe it links to the taxes, is the it that you're referring to the Aman Swart murder?
Yeah, I was referring to the murders happening from that particular groups. I was thinking their links is about taxi violence. Now this happened, so it's another thing.
Sorry, General, when you say it links, so you're saying that it is more than just the Aman Swart murder? Or is it the Aman Swart murder?
No, after Amansat murder happened, and then this person or Molefe arrested, and these people who were contract murders from the taxi industry side. That is where I'm referring to, that I thought all this thing is about taxi violence, not other things.
Okay, so this is now in December 2024. So in December 2024, when you say it links, you are referring to the Aman Swart murder and other murders committed by those contract killers that were arrested for Aman Swart's murder?
No.
Okay, just clarify for me what you mean.
It was also testified here that somebody or the deceased was called notorious in the taxi, and there were allegations even though he was never arrested, or of which I don't know, maybe he was arrested. So I was thinking, if ever these people will be arrested and these ones who are termed to be contract killers, it should be contract killers for taxi-related murders. But now somebody else who is not related to the murder is being murdered. So I was talking in that context.
Okay, so there you're referencing, but that's what I'd asked you, the Aman Swart murder. So you're not referring to the contract killers and Mr. Molefe, you are referring to the deceased Aman Swart. You thought that his murder is linked to the taxes, but it's not.
No.
Okay.
Not. I was referring to it. That is amazing that these people who are known to be involved in this other side, now they killed somebody who is not belonging to the side of the taxis, yes.
And these people, were you referring to just the contract killers, or you're referring to Mr. Molefe as well? When you say these people who are known to
Remember they said information I gave to them initially to say there is a handler who wanted them out. So I take it was him who might be the handler because I didn't know the merit. So, and I know he was to be, I'm told he's owning taxis. So hence, I mean, all four arrested, they're supposed to be maybe involved in the violence which might happen at the taxi environment, not outside the taxi environment.
Okay. But in May 2024, when you have the meeting with the investigators, you already tell them then that these contract killers used to be Swazi's contract killers, so they must go and find out who they are working for now. Remember, you said you gave intel so that CI and the investigators could follow up who are these contract killers working for now that Mr. Swazi is deceased. Do you recall that evidence?
I just said so again now. What you are repeating is what I just said. To say initially when I gave information that the source said these contract killers who are arrested, the people who are arrested actually, they are contract killers. That was the information which I gave to them to say this is what I'm told. And these people used to work by Mswaz. And now the current handlers, which we didn't know who were they want them out on bail. So even now, before the question, is what I repeated.
Yes, I'm just trying to clarify that is what you're saying now, because you knew this information in May of 2024 already, but you saying you didn't know the identity of the hit orderer. in May 2024, but you knew that the contract killers were linked to the deceased Mswazi, and they needed to find out, the CI and the investigators needed to find out who these guys are working for now that the deceased is no more.
That's correct.
Okay. And now that person that gets accused of being involved in the murder in December 2024 and is arrested is Mr. Molefe, who you say originates from the deceased Mswazi.
Which I say, information I got say so. Because you are making as if I know.
Yes.
And then I came with it.
Well, I'm talking about what you're communicating to witness A. When you're speaking to witness A, you say this person was part of Mswazi's group, and you're referring to Mr. Molefe.
Yes.
Yes. So you know that. That is what you've been told, according to you. We are on the same page.
No,
I'm
you
just,
are tricking me again.
I'm really not tricking you,
you're
General. I
tricking
think
me
it's
again.
because I'm in agreement
No,
with you that you
you're
think I'm tricking
me
you.
again. I said I was told the information. So if you say I know is something else, it's different. I don't know, that is my understanding.
But General, if you are told something, then you know it. Somebody tells you something, you know it. That's all. I think you think I'm tricking you because I'm in agreement with you. I'm just trying to clarify what your evidence is so that we know going forward that you are saying that in December when you are speaking to witness A, you are telling witness A that Molefe is linked to Mswazi, but you didn't know that it was Molefe in May 2024.
Yeah, blame my tutors. They said what you know or knowledge is what you have experienced. So,
Okay,
that
let's
is my
move on,
understanding.
General.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think in fairness to this discussion, General, in your conversation with the investigating officer, you don't say, I have been told. And you can look at it. It's not how you express yourself. You express yourself as they are part of, he Molefe. They are 5. I'm sure they are 5. They are a group of, they were 5. They're having other companies together also, or mining rights together. So you are not saying to him, you are relaying what you have been told. In fact, on the next paragraph, he says, in the further conversation, he says, yes, to me too, he told me that he has an interest in mining. And then you say, somewhere in Rustenburg and Brits. Now, that conversation, you are not conveying it as I have been told. You're telling A, these are the facts. At least that's how you speak in the transcript. You may now want to explain it and say, well, maybe I misspoke. It's what I had been told. But in this communication, if we go by the transcript, in the transcript, you present it as something that you know.
Yeah.
So there's no tricking there, and I think you're not being fair in the discussion to say that you're being tricked. It's your words. No one is putting words in your mouth.
Yeah, it's not easy because me and the person I was speaking to, we understood each other, and even the information that I got information and whatsoever, it is not there on the transcript. And they indicated that they were not aware that some were not being recorded and so forth, but it will seem I'm reasoning. I'll leave it there as it is on the transcript. But what I'm explaining is what is the truth, is what I know.
And General, to be fair to you, line 18 on page 66, because there you identify Molefe because you say this guy, meaning Katiso Molefe, in line 19. This guy was the same group with Mswazi. So whether you heard that from somebody else or not, when you communicate it to witness A, that's how you communicate it. You may not have personal knowledge yourself, but the information you are communicating to witness A is that Katiso Molefe was linked to Mswazi, and they are part of this group of 5. So whether the source is somebody else, for now we can accept that what you communicated is that information. Right?
Can I leave to my answer?
Yes.
Yes.
And maybe this is just an interest to understand how it works. So, General, if somebody told you this kind of information, so you're not putting it as a fact, you were saying someone has told me, as head of organized crime, is it not supposed then to, as part of your functions, to then give you the beginning of an investigation to get you to a point where you are able to say indeed they are part of a group of five, or no, they're actually not part of a group of five, or for that matter, there is no group of five. So we take it past, I've been told, because you are head of organized crime in the country. What do you do when that happens, and what did you do here? And maybe let me bring it back to this, that you say to us you were informed, and that's what this conversation is about. What do you do with that?
That is why I shared with Witness A. Witness A works for organized crime. Witness A was part of the investigation team which has been formulated, which is dealing with the same group in related to certain things. So it's additional to what he already knows to say they can go further. And I indicated even now to say now they were reinforced in a safe house, having all the resources to pursue this thing. Hence, I shared further with him that information so that it must be continuation of that particular investigation, because the investigation has already started and already other people arrested. I'm giving him further names to look at. As I indicated to say, when I wanted a threat risk analysis to be done, was exactly that they get protection, they stay in a safe house, they have more members, and then team with crime intelligence and combat so that they can work on this and pursue other new cases which will emanate from these firearms. I think I testified like that, and this was just a continuation of sharing the information so that they can follow up also on that other part.
So just to make sure that I understand, so you get this kind of information from whatever other source, it's an informer or whatever, you pass it on to an investigator like this in a docket, and you do nothing more about it. Is that, I'm just trying to understand so that one doesn't attach to you functions and responsibilities that don't belong to you. You know, if you say to us, look, once I've got the information, I just pass it on. Investigators will deal with it. As head of organized crime, I just wait for them to give me reports. If that's what it is, that's what it is.
So, no, if it was a normal investigation, when it's based at the unit, I could speak to him and the commander and follow up and make sure that whatever support which I can provide, I can. As I indicated before, that when I was briefing them, I indicated this will form a part of investigation which we call the project. A project leg is got a project team, a leader, and it's a group, and it reports otherwise. You cannot access it unless there is at the provinces they have what they call Provincial Organized Crime Secretariat. Only the the project leaders will go and brief, and then there will be NDPP and everybody who's supposed to be there who forms the part. So if he's already there at the project and is the person I communicate with, who I knew from the start he's part of the investigation, and they're making inroads, and I'm just sharing further information for him and the team to pursue. So I will end it there.
If again, I'm just trying to understand this. If witness A is not part of that project team, it's his docket specific. In this case, there's a very specific docket. If his involvement is limited to this docket and he wasn't part of a project team, you've now shared this with him, what happens? I mean, you hope that he will feed it into somebody else, or what?
No, it will depend. If it is faceted, it doesn't need more resources. Like this one, it seems to need more. Then what we do, we will now, the investigator and the commander come together, we discuss to say we form a team, a multidisciplinary team to work on that particular issue. We call it 5-pillar approach. Then we'll call crime intelligence, and then we will have that investigator. They will determine the number in terms of the volume of the work need to be done. But crime intelligence will be number one to come with that investigator to follow up and verify. That is why we call them pillar one, because everything we do, it must be, we call intelligence-led policing. Then it must be information which, not information, now it becomes intelligent report. Information is not yet verified. So it works like that.
Do you know if that has happened in respect of this group of 5, this which you are describing would have happened?
I think they testified that the leader is General Kalakala, and the testimony of General Kumalo is they are still investigating. The investigation is ongoing. That is what I know.
Thank you, General.
Thank you.
General, just on the issue of Mr. Matlala, so you say you knew that Mr. Matlala was providing security for Mr. Mswazi.
Yes.
And if I can ask you to go to file 3, it is page 198. It's a WhatsApp, CJC 70, page 198.
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
These are WhatsApp chats between you and Sergeant Nkosi.
That's correct.
And were you aware that, and you must know that Sergeant Nkosi considered the late Mr. Mswazi to be a father figure? Did you know that?
I don't know that he's a father figure, but I knew they are related.
You knew that they are related?
Yes.
And did you also know that Sergeant Nkosi got to know of Mr. Matlala because of Mr. Mswazi?
I don't know about that. They knew each other because of Mr. Mswazi. But
Okay.
I knew later that they know each other.
Okay. And if I understood your evidence, you were quite involved in the taxi violence investigations and the taxi violence, those syndicates, the taxi violence syndicates.
No.
I thought you said that you were involved in taxi violence, investigations of taxi violence syndicates.
No, I said I was tasked with a taxi violence in the Eastern Cape.
Yes, but
And,
but that's my question, taxi violence. I wasn't referring to any specific province.
That is why I say no, because there is a component dealing with taxi violence, which I indicated that it falls under General Mutsepe. And I was explaining that sometimes I'm tasked of things which is out of my jurisdiction. So I was giving example, but also include, I don't want to jump in front of you, including this, what is in here. I will explain because I know you come to that because of that.
No, I'm just asking because in your conversation with witness A, you also speak about, I thought this was linked to the taxis, but it's not the taxis because the only person that's left there is Joe. So you seem to know a lot about what's happening in the taxi industry. Remember you said Joe is not part of the group of 5 and he's the one that's left in the taxi world. Do you recall that?
In a way, I ought to know as a police officer, even though I'm not working with it.
Okay.
Some of the things I will know because I'm attending meetings. For example, I attended meetings with Santago and the National Taxi Association where there was conflict and accompanying senior managers to be part of the meeting, whereas It's got nothing to do with me, to assist with ideas and whatever it could happen, yes. I will know certain things.
Okay. Now, this WhatsApp text it's a chat, you sending this to Mr. Nkosi.
Yes.
And what was the purpose for sending this to him about the taxi industry?
I had a tasking from the DNC General Shibiri that he got a tasking from the minister. The minister wanted to know about the bucket system. How does it operate? And they wrote this short description of the taxi industry. They want to know about short background of the taxi industry. How does it constitute the associations? How many are they in each region, meaning province? The rise of Joe Ferrari, the rise of Mswazi, the chairpersons and regionals and whatsoever. And the general gave me a name of a guy called Tami from Gauteng to say he's a chairperson, I think in Gauteng, can assist me. But I saw that this is not going to help me. So I happened to know the president of Santaco. Then I phoned the president and said, there is a question which we need your information about. How many associations are there? How many chairpersons in regions and so forth? Because I knew Santago is the biggest one. And then he said he's in the meeting and gave me the number of the secretary to say, I must send an email. I told my secretary to send an email. And I asked Nkosi to say, do you know the chairperson? He said, yes. I said, I've spoken to the chairperson. They're supposed to give me this and that. I'm going to the meeting. My secretary have forwarded an email to their office. Just follow up that they respond. They responded well after some time, and I think I got the file or explaining all those things. So that was the reason. This was a tasking to him to follow up for me when I was going to a meeting.
Okay, and at that stage you knew who Mswazi was, you knew who Joe Ferrari was, you knew all of that?
And Mswazi was already passed when
Yes.
I sent this. Yes, I knew.
Okay.
I knew, but tasking is a tasking. Police officer is a police officer. When I task you to go and do the job, go and do the job.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. I'm just trying to test that you didn't know how about Mr. Matlala. You just referred to Mr. Matlala as providing security for Mswazi, but you don't know that what General Dumisani Kumalo says that Matlala became one of the group of 5. At this stage, he would have been in the group of 5 because Mr. Mswazi is no more. This is October 2024. You speaking to witness A in December 2024.
Even today, I don't know. I heard what the investigation reveals now by the general. I don't know.
And when you were telling the investigators in 2024 that the guns that were found on the alleged hitman of Aman Swart was connected to other murders, did your source tell you which murders they were?
No,
You didn't know?
no.
Okay. And now do you know?
What I heard about a DJ somebody, another DJ whom I forgot the name. Yeah, I think I heard about 3.
The attempted murder of Tebogo Tobajani.
No, the attempted murder, I know that not about the firearms, about the suspects, those who were arrested on the Amanswar. They are linked to that, yes.
So you know about the suspects?
Yes, they are charged on it, on the Tobajani murder.
Okay, so you know that the accused, Mr. Musa Kekana and Mr. Floyd Mabusela, that's being accused together with Mr. Ket Matlala for the attempted murder of Tebogo Tobajani, are also co-accused of Mr. Katiso Molefe in the murder of Mr. Aman Swart.
Yes.
Okay, and you didn't have any knowledge of that connection of those contract killers when you spoke to the investigators in May of 2024.
I knew the connection of what?
You didn't know that those contract killers in May 2024, when you spoke to the investigators, you didn't know that those contract killers that had been arrested for Aman Swart's murder were also involved in the murder of DJ Somebody as well as the attempted murder of Tobejani.
No.
You didn't know?
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
Remember when the DJ Somebody happened in Gauteng and I was still in Gauteng, so I was interested to finding out who killed him. So if I knew, they could have been linked. I remember even head office, General Mutsipe, they had some information and took the docket and it was taken away from them after maybe the linkages have done. That I know, but I didn't know they are linked to any. What I knew is information, which I indicated in my statement and what I testified is, the source informed me that those firearms are going to link with more murders. And that is what I conveyed to the investigators.
And they did indeed link. There was indeed a link. And it was, one of the links is to the person that you took a loan from, Mr. Matlala, in September of 2024.
I don't know about that. And I didn't know if that will happen, so it happened. So even if it is linked to him, I didn't know. And it happened is a good thing that he is arrested for that.
And then, General, can I just ask you whether you had ever had any telephonic interaction with Mr. Mutsumi?
Yes.
Can you tell us why? Can you tell us who's Mr. Mutsumi?
I know him as a businessman. He phoned me and said he was referred to me, that I'm dealing with extortions, and they were having problem with extortionists in somewhere in Regeer Park, and also I think I was in Tanzania. They phoned me. I referred him to Brigadier Khorani, the provincial head of Northwest, where there was a problem in the mining area where they were working with this 50%, and others were coming, robbing the chrome and so forth. So that is how we had telephone conversation, and then it was about him reporting that, referred to me. As I've indicated, the extortions falls under me. So I didn't even ask who referred you to me, and until today I don't know.
And do you know what industry Mr. Mutsumi is in?
The complaint in Regeer Park was construction. The complaint in, I think is Brits, it was mining. So I think it's construction and mining. Furthermore, I don't have knowledge.
And do you know if Mr. Mutsumi had any relationship with Mr. Mswazi, the
No.
late Mr. Mswazi?
No, I don't know.
You don't know?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know if there's any relationship between Mr. Mutsumi and Mr. Molefe or any other members of the group of five? And I ask the question because you've just said that he mentioned mining in Brits. And in your transcript, we've referred to Brits already, that group of people having mining in Brits.
No, I don't know, because I knew about Mr. Molefe or seeing him on TV recently after the arrest, but not immediately, because that time I couldn't see on the TV. And yes, and that is when I started knowing him, but I don't know his circle.
Okay. So you don't know whether there's any connection in
No,
this
I-
mining in Brits between Mr. Mutsumi and Mr. Molefe or any member of the group of five?
Yeah,
That's
I
what you
don't
said.
know, because my communication with Mr. Mutsumi is always, it was always about his complaints, and I will always refer him to the relevant people working with it to deal with it. For example, that one I indicated, I referred, I can remember that one because it was, I think, last year. I referred him to Brigadier Khorani to assist because he is the provincial head of organized crime.
Thank you, General.
General, sorry, just remind me, you said with the call with Mr. Mutsumi, who called who?
He called me and I called him back to give him feedback that certain person will phone him.
And do you recall when was this?
The other one was, if not, I think the first one was 2024. The last one, which I can remember, I was in Tanzania. It should be April, May 2025, I think.
Okay, we also have a record of a call in 6 June 2025, you making the call. And that is in file 4,
Yes.
page 8.
That might have happened because I remember I came back on the, I think if it's not the 1st of June, it's the 1st of May when I came back. And there was still not satisfaction about how it was handled because one of his partners they were indicating that this person persistently, because what happens, what they explained is Samanka gives them mining places to mine, and then they extract, and then Samanka buys the minerals from them. And then there was one who was blasting all over, damaging electricity and whatsoever. And when Samanka stops him, he wants them to give portions and whatsoever. But they were giving messages to the brigadier. And the brigadier could only open an inquiry to follow up, but he wanted somebody to give a statement in order for them to go forward, but nobody was forthcoming, and they were not happy. We had to meet, and then I phoned him to explain to him that, no, we need a complainant. We cannot use only this. We can open inquiry, but it can lead us up to so far. But you are approached by a person, so give statements. So that is where I ended.
You recall when Chair said that he finds it concerning that police officers and generals in particular are afraid to mention the name of certain people, the names of certain people.
Yes.
And he referred to you, and then he referred to another general.
Yes.
And the name that the general, which is General Senona, was afraid to mention was Mutsumi. Do you know why he would be afraid to mention his name?
I don't know, but I know why I didn't want to mention certain names, because I have established that even those who are on the other side or investigating, they are close to the same people, and you don't know who you are dealing with. So, hence I said, even me is now publicly saying this, I don't think I've been brave to do this, because it's not easy if you have information about certain things. So General Senona might be having different information about the individual, which I don't know. My engagement with the individual was because he was a complainant and he was referred to me, as many people are referred to me.
And your fear of wanting to mention the name that we haven't mentioned is because that person is part of this group of 5 that you told witness A about?
Actually, I didn't want anybody to be mentioned, which I mentioned there. But my prayer didn't get through, so maybe I need to pray more. But it didn't get through. I didn't want any name to be mentioned for that matter.
When you say any names, who do you mean?
All those names you were mentioned.
Zay?
All those names, I don't know, all those names which were mentioned.
Well, I want to understand why you would have a fear mentioning a politician's name. So, Mr. Malema, why would you be afraid to mention a politician's name? He's a public figure.
Politicians have followers. It's like a priest. You don't know who's mad out there, who can do what when you say things. So I have seen a lot in the 38 years I'm working with the police. So I understand.
Leaving that topic, General, the question that I also had was, yes, you were reluctant to mention these other names, but there is this one particular name that you drew the line on and said, you know, reluctantly the others can be mentioned, but not this one. Even the recording has to be manipulated so that mention of this name is not heard. And we're not asking you to mention the name. We respect the engagement that has taken place between the legal teams. Maybe the question is, why? What is the reason? And remember, General, look here, General, I want you to look behind me and understand what is it that this commission is probing. Do you see that this commission is probing interference and infiltration of the SAPS by alleged crime syndicates?
I have full understanding.
Yes.
And again, without us coming to testify, the commission won't exist.
Yes.
And tomorrow, whatever finding will come without us being in existence again, it won't work. I indicated here my first day to come here and say, I thought it was reckless from crime intelligence head. And I'm taken to be maybe against crime intelligence. I respect the men very much. And we worked along well, and with all of them. And they can attest to that. I got information, I called them, and it's my point of departure. But to come, what I had qualms with, to come here and say Shibiri gave us the name of the cartel. And you are having bodyguards 24 hours because of you don't want to be harmed by the same cartel. So that is what I indicated.
When you say you, I assume you're talking about General Kumalo.
Yes, he's having bodyguards.
When you say you, looking at the three of us,
I'm addressing you as,
Yes,
as my commissioners. I'm addressing you. So I'm referring to that to come and say that it was not palatable with me, and I thought it is putting me in danger. And that is why I indicated. I even requested a threat risk assessment, and I didn't get any response because maybe because I said I'm considered maybe to be a loyalist to General Shibiri or whatever. But that is something. Here today where we are, my legal team, I indicated to them, I don't want this recording to be played, and if it is supposed to be played, it must be played in camera, of which I think the Commission's terms of reference allows. And I've seen people testifying as witness what, and what. And those people are under protection. I'm not. So you can ask them.
Can I interrupt you? You're going to continue because
Yeah.
you're saying too many things. When you say you requested a threat and risk assessment, again, it's from SAPS.
Yes.
Yes, just so that we continue.
Yes,
with your
from
answer.
SAPS.
Again, because
my
remember now
commission.
you're referring to the commission.
Yeah.
And the public is listening. So we didn't want the public to think you've asked the commission.
No,
for
the
a threat
commission
and
is
risk
now
assessment.
the commission is
It was
now
not.
assisting me.
Yes. No, you don't have to mention.
Yeah,
that.
okay. But
Please don't speak at the same time. What you just said is very important. You say, with regard to protection, the commission is now assisting you.
Yes.
Thank you.
yes, but from my team, legal team, they know my plea was this must not be played. This must not be discussed outside, or it must be protected like any other. for that reason. But my prayers were not met, so I will live with the consequences. So it's fine.
It's my question, because I want to give you a chance or an opportunity. And I don't want you to leave me with the feeling that you did not assist the commission to fulfill its mandate. And I hope you understand that. Because what has happened in 2024, you can't revisit, you can't go back to 2024 and change that. Your request to crime intelligence, we cannot go back and change that. When we are sitting here, we are probing these very issues. And if you are reluctant to share information with us, information that you know is relevant to our terms of reference, and information that you know will assist us to get to the bottom of what is happening. Have criminal syndicates infiltrated SAPS at the very highest levels? And if you know that, but you don't want to tell us because you fear for your safety or for some other reasons, I don't want to be left, once you are gone, I don't want to be left with the feeling that General knew something, but he didn't want to tell us or was reluctant to tell us. Because I don't want to make findings against you based on that feeling or that hunch or that belief that you didn't tell us all you knew. Do you understand?
Yes,
That's why we are asking this question.
Yes,
Is there a reason why you don't want this name to be mentioned? And I'm not asking you to mention the name. I'm just asking you, is there a reason why you don't want this specific name to be mentioned?
For the same reason, Commissioner, I love this country, and I've been a police officer for 38 years, and because I'm a patriot. When I came, it was because of money. I didn't have work, and then it changed when I'm working here and when I'm growing. One of the questions, number one, which the commission asked me, was to indicate if ever I have knowledge of infiltration and how it happens. And I tried, to my level best of my knowledge, to articulate that to the commission so that I assist. And I wanted to say, whatever it is said there, I told everybody what I told you because I wanted us to fight this crime and then to deal with it. So it cannot, when I have done so, and then don't want to tell the commission. But I felt, because it's not yet over, and the fight is still going on, but the information is needed. And you made a provision that it can be heard, otherwise not mentioning names. Hence I said I wanted all those names not to be mentioned or relating to my conversation with witness A and whatsoever. And it was unfortunate that when I wrote my statement, I used not recalling, mentioning something intentionally to say I don't want to deny. I want to say in later stage, if we agree, because I told my team, if we agree, then I recall and indicate. And I also indicated here, because of that, I know I lived the same life for more than 6 years, which they are living now, and it's not the first time. So, not to say, I know I will perish one day and I will die, it's fine. Now I'm having grown up, I'm having grandchildren, it's fine. That is why I said, let me take what is given to me, I can't get all. But I didn't want all the names to be mentioned.
General, I see you're not going to answer this question. You may have your reasons, so I'm going to leave you with this. Are you willing to mention this name in camera and reasons why you were not prepared to tell us in public why you don't want this name to be mentioned?